What is going on? We are back. Looks like we sold off a little bit after hours. Ooh, we broke below that 448.5. All right. Okay. Things are setting up. Let's clear some excuse me. I apologize. Let's clear some of these levels from yesterday's session and get ready for the day. Alright, get rid of some of these. I'll pop over the 15-minute real quick just for a few things. We have the high of yesterday. We got the low of yesterday. We're going to adjust those accordingly. There we go. We got the high of the pre-market right around that 449.5. We got the low of the pre-market down here at 447.8 or so. I'll mark those in that gold color. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. I'll mark this zone in here. Ooh, it kind of matches perfectly with that pre-market level as well. Alright. What time do we got? We got 6 minutes till the market opens. So I'll post the link for my live here on Twitter. I think I got like four followers on Twitter and they're all bots. But you know what? We'll take it. We'll take the bots. What platform is this? This is TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. There's I don't have any videos on this platform or how to use it or set it up. I could make something like that in the future. But there are a few videos out on YouTube. If you just typed in Thinkorswim, it's free to download. If you have a TD Ameritrade brokerage account, you can just download this app on a desktop or mobile. This is the desktop app. The mobile app's slightly different, but kind of regarded as one of the best trading platforms that you can use. But yeah, lots of instructional videos on how to set things up on YouTube. Like I said, it's free if you have a TD Ameritrade brokerage account, which is also free to open. So I recommend checking it out. Of course, Josh. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're having a good day. So if we're looking at the daily chart here, we have this downtrend. We rallied up to the upside a bit. We set this high. Yesterday, we opened lower. We sold off. In the pre-market, we are opening, well, still a few minutes, but looking set to open below this 448.5 level. We'll extend that and I'll show why. Oops, come on now. So you can see where that level plays. It was close to the low of day here. We had some support, some resistance, some support. We also kind of have this huge green candle that we don't have very many levels intraday within here. We do from these trading sessions. These were really choppy on this move down, a lot of back and forth. So there could potentially be a lot of chop in this area. But if we clear these levels to the downside, and this makes no sense looking at a daily chart because it's derived from the pre-market action, but if we clear both these levels, also very likely that our next real area of support is down at that 445. So if we sell off hard, we could have kind of a continuation of this pullback to this level of support. So I'll be interested to see if we get that today. Not sure if we do, but we are looking like we're set to open a little lower. And what that looks like on a 5-minute chart here. We have broken out of yesterday's range, and we've broken below that 448.5 level. So if we reject off this or fail to reclaim this level, then the next target would probably be down in here at 448 or this 447.8. 448 because it's a whole number. We tested it multiple times in the pre-market. 447.8 because it's the low of the pre-market. So we could either test that whole number, find support, or we could go and find our way all the way down to the pre-market low. If we break that pre-market low, we could have a ways to go from there. I am going to pull up Active Trader. That confused me for a second. I don't know why I pulled up that screen. So I get stuff set up here. I'll pull up some what we'll call 449 calls if we make it to the upside. We want some 448 puts, we'll say. Looking like we're set to open right around that 448.5. So normally I don't trade the opening candle, but if we open and can't get above that level, taking puts might be the play. We're testing it here. I am going to take one entry for 448 puts. That's against my normal rules. But something that I have been looking for a while is breaking below that 448.5 for continuation down. With the weakness and the retest, the failure to break above it in the pre-market, I feel all right with that. Target is the pre-market low. Morning. I got into a trade right off open, which I usually don't, but we opened right at that level that I've been watching. I got in puts for 448, targeting either 448 or this low of the pre-market for profits. We hit 448. We'll see if we break below it here. Like I said, I normally do not take a position right off the open, but that was just kind of too good of a setup for me. It's something that I've been looking for the past couple days. As we're approaching that pre-market low, I'm getting ready to sell. I'll take profit right there. Wow. All right, well, like I said, I normally do not trade. Broke way down, yeah. If price breaks above and confirms 448.5, potential move to 449, potential close gap 449.17, price holds above and shows strength to the upside, potential for 451. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, if we held this level, see this 448.5 was a key level for me as well. I took a put off the open as we retested that. The reason being is, even looking back at yesterday's trading session, that was kind of my target to the low end. When we were, well, I guess I've changed my levels, but when we had yesterday's, or I guess Friday's low of day, and we broke below it, my target was this 448.5. And I was saying that if we broke below that we could potentially see a further move down. Reason being, if you look at this chart here, we have this huge area of a run up. We have this pullback, which is at that 448.5, but we don't really have any support in here. So I saw that as kind of a key support. And then in this early morning session, or the pre-market, we sold off from yesterday, broke below, tested that level, failed to break above it, and opened right at it. And so we, as you can see, we're selling off there. But that's kind of what I was looking at. Is this level was that key support. With us breaking below it and being unable to recapture it, I took the retest right off open with the target of the pre-market low. So worked out pretty well. That's probably the quickest trade I've ever taken. Price breaks below and confirms 447. Look for move. Yeah, confirms 447.9. Yes, sir. 447.9. That pre-market low down to 446.3. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up. We haven't been down this low in a while. I gotta re-reference some stuff. 37, 447, 446. What am I looking at? I'm lost here. Good to see you all in here. I appreciate you. I don't know why it skewed me so far back what is going on here? All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that 446. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think kind of this recent peak in this area, we could definitely see price get down to 446 area. I like what you think of Trading Journey. If we look at today's price action, we hit that pre-market low. Looks like we're trying to hold it. I marked that level just tentatively, that 446.17. I think there's a range in here in terms of where our next level to the downside could be. You know, it could also be, if we're looking at this hourly chart, you could take this level right here. Excuse me, sorry, I might adjust that just a little bit. But it's the high of this pre-market. It's also the high of this wick here on the hourly chart. So you could look at kind of that zone, a bit of a larger zone, about 60 cents. Somewhere in there is where I'd reckon that we would find support now that we're breaking down. So we kind of broke, got a little bit. I mean, we opened right below that level. If we retest this level, if we come down, come back up and retest it and fail to recapture this level, you could take or look for puts for continuation down as well. I'm going to be kind of just chilling. I already took a trade. I guess I could have held it a little longer as it's, you know, further in profit. I took those 448 puts. It's working out pretty well, so I could have held, but I did get a decent move right off the open, which I took profits at that pre-market low. Yeah, I'll look if there's another good trade set up. I'll look to take it and try to minimize my risk so I don't give back much profits if I do get stopped out. But for now, we're just kind of sitting back and watching what happens. You're looking for the retest? I feel it, yeah. We might get it, especially with kind of how these wicks are holding up or how we almost held that level. I wouldn't be surprised to see us retest that. Like I said, I usually pretty much never take a trade right off open. But it was just pretty much exactly what I was looking for, a break and retest of that 448.5. So that's kind of an anomaly for me. I'm going to throw up some lo-fi, I'll keep it low in the background. Also, Trading Journey, I believe it was you who added me on Discord. I'll send a message just to confirm. But I was curious just to make sure that was you. Sweet. Right on. Yeah, I'm down. What's today? Today's Wednesday already? Those long weekends mess me up. Yeah, man, if you just want to chat one of these mornings or hop into a video call or something, I'm super down. Feel free to reach out. I'm unsure if I'll be trading Friday because I have to pick my brother up from the airport like midnight Thursday, so I may sleep in Friday so I don't feel like a zombie when I'm trying to work, but tomorrow's a normal day for me. Friday I might still try to trade. We'll see. It depends. I'm just worried on trading on like 4 hours of sleep might not be the best idea. But yeah, if you wanna link up tomorrow morning or something, or if you wanna reserve it for next week, whatever it may be, my friend, I'm around. Sounds good. Here it looks like we might get a push up and retest of that pre-market low. Perhaps not. We're getting quite a sell-off. That's kind of the, I guess, the downside to only trading one contract at a time. The upside is my risk is pretty limited, but the downside is I took profits here, and we're still moving down. So would have been nice to take profits and leave some runners. But here it looks like we might get a retest, so we'll watch this. I don't know at what point I'll feel comfortable scaling up. I think at some point soon I will be moving to trade 2 contracts at a time. So here we're pushing up at 447.8, that pre-market low. We got the test. We'll see if we can hold below it. But I would like to scale up to trade 2 contracts at a time. Once I feel like I'm being pretty consistent, managing my risk well, that's the next step I would like to take. So we've retested this level. I'm holding it pretty well so far. You could look at a 2-minute for entries. Normally I would look for a close below this level on the 5-minute. to take puts here at a retest, I'd probably look for continuation down to that 447. However, we are pushing up above. So like I said, I would wait to see a 5-minute close below this level for confirmation that we aren't going to move up. We'll see here. I know that we do have some data coming out today. We have, in 2 minutes, we have the S&P final U.S. services PMI coming out. In what would that be? 15 minutes, we have ISM services for August coming out. And then later in the evening, some Feds talking. Fed beige book. Maybe they're not even talking. I don't even know what that is, to tell you the truth. But it looks like that we have pushed up. We're remaining above that pre-market low. Some volume coming in. So now we have a defined high of the day, the low of the day. We'll see what we do in between. So we're continuing to push up. We'll see if we get a retest of that 448.5 level. So there's the retest. We get pushed down pretty much immediately. We'll see if we're able to capture that level though. If we break above and hold it, then this trend might reverse. You know, we'd officially have a new high. And if we can hold this level, we might continue our move upwards, but still find some resistance at that level for now. So we did get a retest of the high a day, that level 448.5. We're selling back down. Essentially what I would look for here is, you know, we have the low of day, we have the high of day. I would look for a break of either one of these now. If we stay in this range, it might be a little choppy. You could definitely trade it. But I'm looking for us to either set a new low and continue downwards, or if we set a new high and start to push higher. So not really looking to take any trades in between here. Just look to see if we can establish a trend. So we're holding that pre-market low pretty well. We got about 30 seconds left in this candle. If we are able to hold this, we could see that as a higher low. So we have the high, the low, a higher low, holding this level. From there, I would watch to see if we could set a higher high. As it does look like this level is going to hold for now. Interesting though, we close right at that level and we open right at that level, so it's kind of hard to distinguish. So we did hold that pre-market low. We are pushing up. We'll see if we get another retest of that high a day. if we do break above this level, if we can break above and hold it, I would look for a retest. So break above, come back, retest, and if we confirm that we hold this level, I would take 449 puts, or excuse me, 449 calls, not puts. 449 calls with a target of this low of yesterday's trading session. Also, you can kind of see how it played out in the after hours and pre-market. So right around that 449.1, 0.2, somewhere in that zone would be target for taking profits. If we set a new high, retest this level, confirm that we're holding it, I would look for a move up to that area. We'll see if we get it. Like I said, I'm not going to be rushing into any trades today. But if we get a good setup, I'd be willing to take it. Like Trade Journey, he mentioned it earlier in the chat. If it breaks up and confirms above that 448.58 level, potential move to 449 and possibly close gap to 440. Yep, 449.17. So we have the exact same idea there. So yeah, if we do set that new high, looks like we're experiencing a bit of resistance up in this area though. You can see these longer wicks. So we might not get that move up. But if you are watching to the upside, that's what I'm looking for. We're still finding support at that pre-market low. We do have economic news coming out in 4.5 minutes. 8 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. That is the ISM services for August. As I usually say, I'm not sure how much sway that this will have on the market. But generally, the candle that we get before economic news coming out will usually get a bit of a smaller candle, lower volume, as it seems like people are holding out until some of that comes out before they determine to take a trade. But like I said, I'm not sure. We may see some more volatility, some more volume come in after this candle is finished and we get that news come out. It may be an explanation for why this is small in comparison to the other candles and why we have relatively low volume as well. We'll just have to wait and see. I love to hear that, Ray. It's always nice when you can come in a little late and still catch something. Not too late. Happy to hear that. I caught a put off the open here. We were watching this 448.5 level from the daily. Normally, like I said, I don't trade off the first candle of the day, but we opened and retested right at that level, so I had to take a put and took profits at the pre-market low. So that was my trade for the day so far. Now I'm just waiting to see if we set a new low or a new high to determine some sort of trend. But glad to hear you caught a trade. So about 20 seconds left here. Kind of as I predicted, this candle before news drops, so you get lower volume, you get kind of a smaller, choppier candle. We'll see what direction we end up in if we do get more volume, more volatility. But for now, we're kind of just chilling in this range. Ooh, so there the news drops and we get a sell-off. So we have set a new low. Wow. It's also a good reminder to not be in a position when news drops, because you'll get something like that. Crust to my eyes and all. You're a braver man than me. If I'm tired, if I'm just waking up, I don't trust myself to get to the chart and trade. I'll probably do some sleepy stuff. You had 2 contracts overnight on that JPM? Beautiful. Is that plus 60%? Because I would call that more than okay. That's a very nice return. Oh, nice. Right on, man. So we'll have to see how this candle plays out, but right now it's looking like we're going to get a sell-off. We're below yesterday's range. We have the high of the day up here at 448.5. We had this low here, but we are setting a new low as we speak. So we'll see if we can come up and retest either this 447.5 area, which was the previous low of day. Wow. So we hit this target, this 446.76 zone, pretty much on the dot. Does look like we've established a downtrend. For an entry, I would look for a pullback in a lower high at an area of resistance. So we'll see if we get it. Scalp the small put. Love to hear that. Beautiful. Was that off the, did you get an entry off the 2-minute? I'm expecting us to have a bit of a pullback here, especially you're seeing this reaction once we got down to that level. So I'm expecting a bit of a pullback. I'm curious to see if we don't set a a lower high, and then I might enter a put from there. Beautiful. Happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. Everybody's winning today. That's wonderful. This candle feels like it's been going forever. We got about 30 seconds left, but I feel like I've been watching this thing for a lot longer than that. My expectation is that we get a bounce from this area in here. We come up, we would retest this previous low of day. That's my expectation. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But if I had to bet on what's going to happen, that would be my thought process. Either a retest this low day or retest to the pre-market low, but that would be quite a bounce. So we'll see. Or we just continue to sell off and I'm wrong. So we opened right at this level. We're struggling to hold it. So it looks like we're going to continue our sell-off here. Man, there's definitely a lot of opportunities to the downside today so far. So we might not get that lower high that I was looking for a re-entry. If we just continue to sell off, then it is what it is. We'll just be patient and see if we can't get a good setup. Pretty interesting price action at this level though. It looks like we're on a sell off, but we might hold it. If we hold it, that bounce up to this recent low could still be in play. So as we're coming to a close here, it looks like we're gonna hold this level. Actually, we dipped down, held it pretty well. So same thoughts are in play. We're looking for a bounce, and we're looking for a higher, or excuse me, a lower high. Those always trip me up. We're looking for a lower high. Would be a potential entry for puts. We'll see though. Like I said, I'm playing today pretty safe because I already have a winning trade. So I only really want to get into a trade if I really like the setup, and I would be having pretty tight risk management in that case as well, just to avoid giving back any profits. But we retested this level. We're pushing up. Be curious to see. Based off the price action, I'm not sure we'll reach up in here. We've kind of had some troubles pushing up. We could flag a little bit. I could see us flag a little bit. Oh man, I could see us flag a little bit and then break down. But we'll wait and see what happens. If we're looking at a 2-minute chart, this level seems to be holding up pretty well. We've kind of shown that we're struggling to push higher though, so we'll see whichever way this breaks. See some volume coming in, pushing lower. More volume coming in. Yep. So it looks like we might continue this sell-off. Oh, right as I say it. But yeah, I'm doubting that we'll retest this low from previous. I mean, we could. We are seeing volume drop as we're holding this level, so you could see a short-term price reversal. But also we're struggling to go higher, so. About a minute left in this candle. We'll see if we hold this level or not. So we closed, we held right at that level, and we're opening at it again. So as I was saying earlier, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a flag here. Why is it not drawn? So we had this massive sell-off. We're getting some kind of sideways consolidation. Of course, this is invalidated if we break up and test, say, like this low or the pre-market low. But the way price action is moving kind of horizontally in here, we could see some consolidation before a breakdown. In that case, you would look for a break of this flag, which would also probably happen to coincide with this level. So if we broke below here and then got a retest, that could be a good entry for a move down. Ray says Apple has really great moves in cheap contracts. Definitely something to look at. Has been one of your favorites for a while. I feel you. So recently, when I've been more consistent with trading, I've stuck purely to SPY. But when I first looked at contracts, Apple was one of the stocks I was trading. So yeah, I feel you on that. Apple does have good moves. It's usually like a market leader as well. It's been holding up really well. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. So here we're getting a bit of a bounce. So if that flag doesn't hold, it is holding for now. But we'll see how this reacts. But as I was saying, yeah, that's very valid. For sure. I'm not sure at what point I'll start to branch out and look at other stocks. But yeah, I think that's very valid. I have nothing against trading Apple. You're sitting on 5,447 puts right now. The grimacing emoji makes me think that you're a little nervous about that position. I would say that, the overall trend of the day is down. We might see a short-term bounce from here. Especially if we break down out of this flag, you'll be sitting real pretty. But yeah, as long as you have, I would say the biggest thing is just to create a set of rules. Like, what do you look for to get into a trade and what do you look for to get out of a trade? And just have that predefined. And if you're comfortable with those rules, then take it. But yeah, for me personally, right now we're holding this level pretty well. We certainly could go lower. But personally, I'd like to see a retest of this level potentially, or a break out of that flag. Just be careful, Josh. You just close your eyes off the bat. Yeah, I set my limit order and then I just close my computer and go have lunch. No, yeah, I think just the two biggest things are establishing. Everybody trades a little different, so there's no one right way. There's no one wrong way. There's multiple ways you can trade the same stock, the same move. So you just got to find what works for you. You know, what do you feel comfortable doing, and then stick to that. Yeah, as Trading Journey said, for example, my system, I mark levels from daily, pre-market, and previous trading days. From there, I look at how price is reacting to these levels on the 5-minute chart. Sometimes I'll branch out to a 15-minute as well. But yeah, you just gotta establish your own system, see what you're comfortable with, because that's the biggest thing. Some people don't want to hold for 30 minutes. You know, they might want to scalp off a 2-minute chart. Some people, like myself, I get faked out a lot on lower time frames. I get caught up in minute moves, so I trade a little bit higher time frame on a 5-minute. You just got to find what's comfortable and stick to it. But yeah, justifying your entries or exits. If you say, you know, here we had the previous low, I would enter puts on a retest of this low and break or stop out if we break above it, something like that. Like, as long as you just have a rule set and you follow it. It's really just a game of percentages, so you just gotta keep those odds in your favor. But Ray, you have 447 puts. We are below 447. I would assume you're probably in profit. I'd be a little wary as we're coming close to this 446.76 as we've bounced off it 4 times now. If you're feeling unsure in your position, you could take profits at this level. I'm not saying that we don't break lower. You know, you could hold on and get further. You could take a few off the table. You could trim 3 of your contracts at this level and hold the other 2. There's a lot of options, but yeah, you got out. Sweet. I hope it worked for you. Price chart is on. Oh, you're talking about your Apple. Let's take a look. I always do that. It's Apple. Oh my God. Apple got destroyed. My Lord. So I'm guessing, what, you got in somewhere up here? The break and retest? Up in here, maybe? Man, what a move. Holy. Hit that, ran for my friend. So we're coming down and testing that low a day right now. If we break and close below this level, I mean, I'm just going to zoom in to emphasize this. But look at how well we've held that level. If we break and close below this and get a retest, that could be a valid entry. That level's held up really well. You got in using the 2-minute. Hey, you're killing it, my friend. That was a hell of a sell-off on Apple, so I'm sure that was real nice. Josh, you said you had 447 puts. You're doing well on those, I'm assuming, if you're holding on to them. So we did get that close below. We are pushing up to retest this level. I am going to play it really safe. But if I see an entry, I might take a put on the retest of this for continuation down to that 446.17. Yes. Just sold and got out, made a tiny profit. Hey, profit's profit. Yeah, just make sure you have defined risk. $446.35. Let me take a look, my friend. Oh, right there, huh? Oh man, you nailed it. Yeah, that's how I feel. There's a lot of times where I don't get in on a trade, but when you see your levels being respected, that's enough to boost confidence, next time. So glad to hear it, my friend. That 15-minute chart is just brutal. Wow. I can only imagine what it would look like if I held those puts that I got off the open. Let's take a look. I got them at 113. They would have doubled in price. It's 100% return if you held from the top. Wild stuff. I've never held a contract long enough to see it double. Because I only trade one at a time, I always take profits when it hits my target. I'm excited for the first time I hold some runners to like 100% return. That's got to be insane. What a day, though. Look at this sell-off. Holy. So if we break below this 446.17, my next level is at that 445 essentially, which would be a nice move. That's at least $1 move if we fulfill that. I was looking for the retest this level. It looks like, I guess not quite. We did have that bear flag. We did break out of it. We didn't quite retest. I'd love to get another good entry. But yeah, we're just selling off. We're not getting a lot of retests of levels. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to. We got a pretty high volume candle right now. We open up just below this level. Can you explain why 445? Yeah, that was here. I'm not trading, so I'll pull it up. It's a level off the daily time frame. Oh, this is Apple. I was wondering why it looked different. Just because a whole number, yes and no. I mean, that helps, but also this is 445 right here. So when we gapped up, 445 was that low a day, and then you can see how prices kind of responded to it as well. We've had support at that level multiple times. We've also, excuse me, I just tripped over my own words. We've also found some resistance once we broke below that level. So we had strong resistance at 444. We gapped up and set a low at that 445, and then had multiple days kind of confirm that level as well on the daily chart. It being a whole number also plays into it as well, though. But that's the reason why I was watching that level right there. These whitish gray levels are usually from the daily chart. Sometimes I'll mark them on the hourly. Gold levels are usually from pre-market, and then red and green are the high and low of the previous day's trading session. But yeah, so these levels are all derived from daily chart. I guess actually these two I did do off the hourly, looking at targets to the downside, but generally they're from the daily chart. Excuse me. As you can see, this one was a little off. It actually, that 446 whole number would be a bit more accurate. They can't reclaim that 446.7 level. Yeah, this bottom of these wicks, high of this wick, you might short it to 444. Damn, 444, huh? All the way down here? I have that level marked. But that would be a hell of a move. Hey. Could happen. If we look at a... maybe a daily time frame would be better. I do have, in terms of a pullback, I would expect us to come down to 445-ish. That'd be a nice pivot if we're on bounce from there. But yeah, I feel you. If it breaks down, you keep going. That 444 is a strong Strong level though. Spy just hasn't been clean. Sometimes it's like that. And looking at that move on Apple, I mean, I don't blame you for stepping outside. But yeah, I do feel the past 2 days or so have not been the cleanest. There's been some clean scalps. I guess there's been some moves, like you could have taken the break of the flag. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not smooth. Oh, you sent it? Damn, man. I'm so bad at checking Discord. I'm sorry, Ray. I wish I did check it because you murdered that. I'll have to. Yeah, you did, huh? Oh, you sent it this morning. I see you. I see you. Beautiful. That's cool. I didn't know you could send from Thinkorswim. What are those EMAs that you're using? Was that like the 9? I'd be curious. But yeah, that's a beautiful trade. Congratulations. Hit share. Oh, right here. Dang. All right. All right. That's funny that I never noticed that. 9 and 21 EMAs. Nice. Yeah. Pretty pretty standard. That's solid. Well, I would love to sit here and watch this chart, but we are getting to the point of the day where I do need to log off and get to work, unfortunately. Work's still paying my bills, not trading quite yet, so. I will be hopping off soon. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm genuinely happy to hear that. Sounds like everybody in here hit a winning trade today, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy about that, and I appreciate you all being in here in the first place. So, stop using EMAs. They help ease your mind at support and resistance. Yeah, especially with the 2-minute chart. I follow some people who are pretty adamant about entries on the 2-minute using the 9 EMA. It seems like it works out. And if it's just another confirmation, another way to kind of visualize and judge your trade, then if it helps, it helps. Hey, Josh, I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, of course. Like I said, I'm here most mornings. Sometimes if I'm traveling or something, I won't stream. But generally Monday through Friday, I do stream and then post a recap in the afternoon. So appreciate you stopping in. You don't follow the EMA. Lots of fake outs. Yeah, yeah, I'll see that where it breaks above or below for like 2 candles and then rips the other direction. But if they're in sync with your levels, exactly. If it's just if it's another form of confirmation, that's wonderful. I tried out EMAs when I first started trading. I haven't really gone back to them. Right now, I strictly just look at levels, price action, and volume. But yeah, like I said, I follow some really good traders who swear by them. So there's a million different ways to trade. Me and Josh can grow this channel. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do this, I'm just trying to learn. If other people are enjoying it, learning along, that's excellent. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. But I am hopping off. I hope you all have a good day. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, guys.